not apparently, it did happen. Senator Joe Manchin, the most powerful man in America, has killed off the Build Back Better plan. The plan that progressives love and talk all and say, and they couldn't wait to pass, and they failed miserably. Joe Biden, I'm about to say, Joe Manchin single-handedly killed the bill and embarrasses progressives, not necessarily embarrasses the White House, even though he did, because the White House I don't think really wanted Build Back Better to pass. It was using it basically. It pretty much told Manchin, like, look, we don't care if it passes or not. It's up to you. And Manchin decided, nope, I'm not going to pass it. And progressives went on television and cried and whined. Television and Twitter cried and whined and bitched and moaned and everything they always do. Because they're weak, they're pathetic. They ultimately work. They're good little Democrats. They do exactly what they're told. They'll cry and whine about it on Twitter and on TV, and then they'll move on, just like they always do. Now let's actually. Joe Manchin went on Fox News Sunday, with Brett Baer now, new host of Fox News Sunday, and let's get a load of what he had to say. It's a 13-minute clip, but I'm not gonna play all of it. I think I'll play the first 2 or 3 minutes. This is where Joe Manchin basically lays down the law and says, "No, I'm not voting for Build Back Better." So let's check this out real quick. Let's do that. It's taking too long. Why is it not working? There we go. Sorry about that.
Joining us now, Democratic Senator Joe Manchin of West Virginia. Senator, welcome back to Fox News Sunday.
Good to be with you, Brett.
Senator, you're at the center of this negotiation with the president over his social spending and tax bill, the Build Back Better bill that is not coming up in the Senate before the new year, in part largely because of your reservations. Without you, the leadership doesn't have the votes it needs. So today, right now.
And Manchin knows that. He has a lot of power, and he knows it, and he loves it. He can't wait to use that power. He cannot wait to use that power, and he's going to use it right here.
What's the state of play?
Well, Brett, this is a mammoth piece of legislation, and I had my reservations from the beginning when I heard about it 5.5 months ago, and I've been working diligently every day and every minute of every day. I've been working on this, meeting with, whether it be the President Biden, whether it be Majority Leader Schumer and his staff, whether it would be with Nancy Pelosi.
See, he's busy. He's been meeting with the White House. He's been meeting with leadership. He's busy, He loves all the attention. He loves all the power. Now he's going to kill the bill here. Watch.
Well, my colleagues, from all different spectrums of the political spectrum, if you will, from the right to the left, I've done everything humanly possible. And my concerns I had, and I still have these concerns. And where I'm at right now, the inflation that I was concerned about, it's not...
Inflation, see? Inflation. Yep.
Transitory, it's real, it's harming every West Virginian. It's making it almost difficult for them to continue to go to their jobs, the cost of gasoline, the cost of groceries, the cost of utility bills. All of these things are hitting in every aspect of their life. And you start looking at, then you have the debt that we're carrying at $29 trillion. You have also the geopolitical unrest that we have. You have the COVID variant. And that is...
Wait, did he just say the COVID? That's funny. I don't know why it tickled me, but it did.
Wreaking havoc again. People are concerned. I've been with my family. I know everyone's concerned. So when you have these things coming at you the way they are right now, I've always said this, Brett, if I can't go home and explain it to the people of West Virginia, I can't vote for it. And I cannot vote to continue with this piece of legislation. I just can't.
There you go.
I've tried everything.
That's it. He just killed it. Right on Fox News Sunday. Just murdered Build Back Better. Done. Finito. Not happening. And immediately after this, progressives melted down on Twitter and on the media, on MSNBC in particular. I'm going to play those clips in a minute, but it's a little longer.
Humanly possible. I can't get there.
You're done. This is a no.
I love the... Oh, great. Let me just mute this. How many times I'm gonna make this mistake? I don't know. But, anyways, yeah, he just killed it. He killed it 100%. Like, nope, not interested in Build Back Better. And progressives proceed to melt down. They make asses out of themselves. On Twitter, especially. Not so much in the media, but definitely on Twitter. I want to play a little bit more of this because I just want to see. I want you to. What I was going to say is get a load of the fake concern on his face. You can tell it's fake, but he's feigning concern here about the budget, about everything, about the geopolitical situation. He's about China, basically. And he's concerned about everything else. That's why he cannot do Build Back Better right now. So let's play a little bit more of this because I just want to see anything else I want to respond to. Jesus, why is this so slow? Stop being, come on. Jesus Christ. Here we go.
This is a no on this legislation. I have tried everything I know to do.
Well, he's tried, obviously. He had to kill the bill because he couldn't do anything with it, I mean, I don't...
And the president has worked diligently. He's been wonderful to work with. He knows I've had concerns and the problems I've had. And the thing that we should all be is directing our attention towards the variant, the COVID that we have coming back at us in so many different aspects and different ways.
The variant. Whatever excuse it takes, but he's not going to do this Build Back Better thing. He never was either, so... Alright. So that's enough of that for now. I'm going to play... There's other things. The White House put out a statement, or Jen Psaki in particular put out a statement. And I want to show that here. Not sure, let me see. Can you see this? You should see it like that. This is a statement. Weeks ago, Senator Manchin committed to the president at his home in Wilmington, Delaware, to support the Build Back Better framework that the president has subsequent... I can't even pronounce that word for some reason. Announced. Senator Manchin pledged repeatedly to negotiate on finalizing that framework in good faith. So that's the statement. The White House isn't happy. They're throwing him under the bus. Isn't happy. I don't think they wanted to pass it to begin with. So that's my opinion. All right, now this is Senator Cory Bush, Representative Cory Bush from Illinois, not Illinois. Oh God, St. Louis, Missouri. She's gonna melt down here on MSNBC. Let's watch this. This is fun. When I talk too much, my throat's really dry, so I have to drink a lot of water. That's why I keep drinking water.
Congresswoman Ayanna Pressley was among the Democrats expressing outrage this morning after her fellow Democrat, West Virginia Senator Joe Manchin, announced that he will not vote for the Build Back Better Act, effectively killing the legislation in its current form. Joining me now for more reaction, Congresswoman Cory Bush, Democrat from Missouri. Congresswoman Bush, thank you very much for coming to the Sunday show. Your reaction.
Look at her, like, she's not happy, she's sad. Right, she has that fake sad face, that she has on.
To the news announced by Senator Manchin.
So, first of all, it is not a huge surprise. We have been, and let me be clear, there are 6 of us who had been saying this all along. Representative Ocasio-Cortez, Representative Pressley, Representative Tlaib, Representative Bowman, Representative Omar, and myself. We have been saying this for weeks that this would happen, and we took the hits. We were told that we were anti our caucus, we were anti-democracy, we were anti-this and that, when actually what we were and what we still are is pro the people, because the people have to be first. The people have to win. And so
The people are first. Even though Build Back Better does nothing to actually help the people, but people are first.
when I think about this no, this was a no all along. And so what we had.
Oh, it took you what, a year to figure that out? Seriously, I mean, your leader, Jay Paul, kept talking about, oh, I'm gonna trust the president. Oh, I'm gonna trust Senator Manchin. We're gonna trust him, and everything will be fine. If you were so concerned, why do you tell your leader? Nope, of course not. I mean, you're too weak to do that.
had was a bit of leverage, which was having the coupling of the two bills, the BIF, the infrastructure package, as well as the Build Back Better Act.
Yeah.
Having those coupled together was the only leverage we had. And what did the caucus do? We tossed it, and for me, it's really, it's sad. It's sad for us
It's sad. That's right. I remember my lines. It's sad.
to say, let's look good instead of being good. Let's look strong instead of being strong. Let's look like we have a win instead of actually having a win. You know what makes us look good? What being good. So if we're actually good, that means St. Louis has what St. Louis needs. That means that St. Louis is strong. That's how I quantify.
What are you talking about? If I look strong and St. Louis is strong and all this other that means nothing. That's just blah 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 blah, like word salad.
Qualify that by St. Louis having an actual win, by those people. So we're talking about the home care workers, the doulas, those caregivers, child care workers and providers, those formerly incarcerated people. We're talking about people who work in our substance use treatment programs. All of those people, we're talking about them having the resources they need.
Which they're not going to get any of those resources. Let's be real about this. How do you fund a bill? How did you guys ever figure out how to fund it? Because they ain't gonna get. I mean, okay, 1.75 trillion. That's over 10 years. So that's what 170 million every year for 10 years for the whole country. Yeah, good luck with that. That's not gonna do anything remotely to help. That's not gonna help much, if anything. And on top of that, most of that money will be spent how? It won't be spent on infrastructure. It'll be spent on surveying the land. It'll be spent on hiring the employees because the Davis Bacon Act kicks in at that point once you have federal money in infrastructure projects. So you would have to pick up the prevailing wage and then hire everybody and then pay them, that prevailing wage in that area. So that money, a lot of money is spent there too. Then you're gonna have the environmental impact studies, which you have to do, and that'll cost a shit ton of money. And then you'll have the city holding a hearing to see who's against the project. So there's no such thing as a shovel-ready project. That as soon as you pass the bill, immediately there's a shit ton of projects. That's not how it works. It's never how that works. And it seems like these progressives don't know anything. It's like, oh yeah, we gotta help all these people and all this other stuff. It was like, and on top of that, there's only two ways that they funded Build Back Better was through a cigarette tax, which would affect the poor and the middle class, and allowing the IRS to monitor every transaction transactions on accounts above $600. That's the only way I ever knew how they were going to fund the bill, and it wasn't even going to fully fund the bill anyways. So this whole thing is pointless. It's funny money. We're playing with big money, monopoly money here. That's what they're playing with.
What about our parents who've lost loved ones, our family members who've lost loved ones to gun violence, making sure that they have what they need? This is the problem, and this is what we said. And so let me say this, St. Louis, I didn't forget about you. I fight for you the same way in Congress that you.
Hold on. That's like she's a good politician. I fight for you. I'm here for you, and I'll make sure that I'll always fight for you. No, you won't. You didn't fight at all here.
Have to fight trying to survive in this society.
Congresswoman Bush, I hear everything that you're saying, and I don't deny anything that you're saying. What do you say to folks who are watching, and maybe even some among your constituents in St. Louis who might say, well, what about the bipartisan infrastructure law? Why shouldn't that be considered a win, not just for the Democratic caucus or for the country, but for St. Louis?
Because our work was for the full Biden agenda, because that's
again, we're fighting for President Biden's agenda. We're fighting for his agenda. He's not even fighting for his fucking agenda. What are you talking about? Like, nope. He's not even fighting for it. Why are you fighting for it so much? Tell Biden to go fuck himself. I'm not passing that bill. How about that? Nope. Of course not. You'll suck up to Biden. You'll suck up to your leadership. You're good little Democrats as usual, and it's quite pathetic. Manchin embarrassed you. Manchin embarrassed you, and the squad, the Democratic Party, the White House embarrassed everybody, and he loved it. He loved having so much power. He loves it.
People's agenda. This was not us coming against the infrastructure deal at all. We weren't coming against that, even though people who look like me, there weren't black and brown people sitting at that table to
Oh no. She seriously went to the she played the race card. Oh God. I should have known this was coming. I actually saw this clip and before doing this video, but I forgot. She actually played the race card there. It's like, oh well, there weren't no black people there. They were only all white people were there negotiating this bill. Where were you? Why weren't you in the room negotiating this bill? Where was AOC? Where was Ayanna Presley? Where was Ilhan Omar? The other one, Rashida Tlaib, Bowman. Where the fuck were you? Where were you? Like playing cards or something, or tweeting? No, they were tweeting. I bet that's where they were. They were too busy tweeting instead of actually getting in there in the halls of power and negotiating. Pathetic.
to put together this deal. But beyond that, making sure that this was about all the people, that we could affect the most people in this country, because right now we have the House, the Senate, and the White House. So we need to get...
Which you won't have much longer. Trust me, in the next year, this time next year, Republicans will control the House and the Senate. And because you guys pass shitty bills, or fighting for useless bills, that we're going to do a goddamn thing.
Get the most done for the people that we can. So what we said was have both. We have one bill that is for the infrastructure, making sure that our people are being taken care of, making sure that our roads and our bridges, we're taking care of our unions and all of that stuff. Great. But then there are a whole group of other people that we are leaving out, and it's not our work to leave them out. So what will we do?
And they'll proceed to leave them out. What, you think the squad's actually going to fight this? Actually going to try to pressure the White House and Manchin to vote yes on Build Back Better? No. Fuck no. If Build Back Better is ever passed, which it won't be, but let's say if it's passed, it'll be lowered further from 1.7 trillion down to possibly a trillion, maybe less than that. Because even then, it probably won't be brought back up. What, you think, man, it's going to be brought back? Yeah. You think it'll be brought back up next year? Absolutely not. No way in hell.
Make sure that those care workers get what they need. We'll make sure that 130,000 children that were eligible for child tax credit, to make sure in Missouri alone, or in my district alone, we're able to keep that. Making sure that 500,000 Missouri children would have access to free lunches in the summer. 130,000 Missouri children being added to free school lunches. That was important to us. For our people living with diabetes, capping insulin at $35 is life-saving. So that's what it was about. Why do we keep thinking that, oh, we're doing great work for the people? If we toss them a little bit, but we leave all of these other people hanging. My work was to come here and make sure that we do the absolute most for all of the people in Missouri's 1st District, starting with those who have the least. And I won't turn my back on that because other people say that it's a better way because it's more convenient.
Congresswoman, we've got 30 seconds left. Senator Padilla from California was on at the top of the hour. He, like you, disappointed, but he also said this isn't over, that this is...
Yes, it is over. What the party's doing here is like, oh, they're trying to sell hopium. That hope, it's like, oh, it's not over. Keep giving us money. But it's not over. Give us money, please. Even though we know it's over, but they're going to pretend it's not over here.
Isn't dead yet. How much hope do you have that, at least in the first 3 months of 2022, that Build Back Better can be negotiated and passed and become law?
When I leave this interview, I'm going to the intrawebs, and I'm going to be looking for the phone number to the Ghost of Christmas, past, present, and future, or the email address to see if they can go and see about Scrooge on Christmas Eve. I'm sorry, not Scrooge, Senator Manchin.
I know who you're talking about.
All right. Progressives were embarrassed. Manchin took them, played them like a fiddle, and then said, oh yeah, by the way, thank you for the bipartisan infrastructure bill, or law now. and now you can go fuck yourself. I'm not voting for Build Back Better. Ha ha. That's what he did. And he loved every second of it. That man cannot wait to vote against that. He's the most powerful man in America, right here. Senator Joe Manchin from West Virginia. He's the president of the United States, not Joe Biden. And, hey, whatever. I don't give a shit about Build Back Better. So, I love how Joe Manchin just trolled progressives, with his whole, oh, yeah. Oh, I can't do his West Virginian accent, but he's like the feigned concern and the feigned, he's feigning like, oh, I care about everything else. Let's talk about everything else, but not this bill. Build Back Better. Let's not talk about that. Let's talk about COVID. Let's talk about not infrastructure, inflation. Let's talk about everything else, everything under the sun, but Build Back Better. I'm not gonna vote for it. Embarrassing, shameful display by progressives. They'll continue to melt down over the coming days, and I'm just gonna laugh my ass off. Maybe more videos will come, most likely. Well, that'll do it for this video for now. I've been going on over 20 minutes now. I don't want to keep talking about this. Actually, I'm having so much fun with this, but I have to end it here if I have nothing else to say. Well, until the next video, which is coming soon, I'm sure, I'll see you guys soon. Have a great night, day, evening,